Our first speaker and feature artist is Terre Busse, correct? Correct. Terre is a teacher, an artist, a mother of teenagers, and a woman who fell in love with the river. Ask her about the South Fork of the Yuba City. She paints, dances, and makes up stories. Sometimes she does them all at the same time, and truth be told, Terre does her best work when she is doing all of them at the same time. Hello. She paints with intention and believes that painting can heal and move stuck hurts and energy out of the body. She leads workshops and works on one-on-one with people using paint, canvas, story, intention, ritual, and laughter to create layered pieces of beauty and healing. Please welcome to Sacramento Soul Talks, Terre Busse.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I have to speak into this. It's lovely to be here. I'm going to go grab my prop. My basket of goodies. So I'm honored to be here today, to be able to share my art. There's nothing I love more than creating art and sharing it with people. As said, I am a mother of teenagers, an artist, a teacher, and a healer. I'm self-taught artist, and I am university-trained healer. I'm a public health nurse. I have a bachelor's in nursing and a master's in public health. But my real love is creating and leading others through this process. And the way I paint is...
Hold the mic.
I paint to heal myself, and I truly believe that by healing ourselves and doing our inside work, we heal the world. And so I'm going to share with you two paintings that will illustrate how I do this. But before I do, I want to show you, this is my teaching basket, this is my art basket. This, whenever I start a painting, I like to create a sacred space. So I have an altar in my studio where I paint at home, and when I go to teach, I carry this with me. Inside here, and it's a little bit harder having to hold a mic, but I have some crystal, because it just helps keep me connected. I have Kuan Yin. I have a rock from the Yuba River, which I love, and this is for grounding because I tend to live a little bit up here, and this brings me back down into my body, and especially when I'm speaking in front of people, because I'm terrified to speak in front of people, and I absolutely love speaking in front of people. So sometimes I just have to do this and shake it all out of me. So these are all some of my tools that I pull out while I'm teaching. So I'm going to talk to you about this piece, which is called Journey Through, and this, which is the Madonna, the protector of all of us. So I want to share with you my story of this piece first. So this piece, shortly after I was divorced, and I have to share my children. So every other week, they go to their dad. Every other week, especially in the beginning, I was a puddle on the floor and sad and distraught and deeply lonely. And it was one such week, one day, dark, gloomy outside, and I felt so alone. And I know you guys all know that lonely feeling that you think you're the only one in the world and that feels this, and you're alone. And my inner critic kicked in and was kind of beating me up. And I was literally on the floor in the fetal position, crying. And somewhere I remembered a talk I had heard, and somebody said something similar to what you were saying. When you see someone who maybe wasn't very kind to you or is doing something that's not very good, love that person more, not less. At first I thought, what? But then I got it. Okay, send them love. They need love. This is why they're acting out. So I brought it home to myself and I said, love yourself more, not less. Love that wounded, lonely, scared, pathetic pile on the floor. Love that more, not less. And so I thought, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'm going to move this feeling. I'm going to love myself more, not less. But I didn't really believe it, and it really wasn't working. And I just thought, oh, this is not working. And then I thought, you know what? Terry, you have to really love that sad little wounded place. You have to really love that place. And so I did. And I sat there and I just envisioned holding, cradling that sad little part of myself. And the energy within me started to shift. And all of a sudden I felt I felt Kuan Yin. I felt pure divine love. I felt so like I really loved that little place in me. And I jumped up off the floor. I grabbed the biggest canvas I had at the time, ripped off the plastic, and this painting was complete in probably 2 hours, which I never do that. I just sat there and it was happy and I had music cranked up. I was dancing. And when they're this size, often I dance or I paint with my hands. So I'm just grabbing paint. I'm not thinking about what color. And I'm just slapping it and spreading it, stepping back and admiring it and dancing some more. And so this is Journey Through. This is Journey Through to pure love, because that's where it took me. Thank you. And this piece started a little differently. Similar. It was after Trump was grabbing women's body parts, when there was a lot of racism and sexism and horrible things happening in our world, and I felt scared, I felt ungrounded, probably for like a week, and the fear had just gripped me, like I couldn't paint, I couldn't do anything, and I thought, Terry, you have to take this to the canvas. You need to put those feelings on the canvas. You know, by moving it, taking the fear, the anger out of me and putting it down onto this canvas, it will shift. And so that's just what I did. And I started with, and I apologize if this offends anybody, but this was the very first thing that went up. Pussy Bites Back. I was pissed. That is on there. Everything is on there. The next layer was We Will Be Heard. We will be doing the burning this time, burning down old structures. We will not be silenced. In this world, I give voice to all the voiceless women. And by painting that on there, I shifted from fear to righteous anger. I mean, I can feel it now, but it felt good, you know? And then it shifted. And then the feeling and the emotion in me, it was softened. And my strokes, I painted up with, well, before I did that, before it softened, we had a flaming vagina. Big giant vagina with flames coming out, and that felt really good. A lot of Kali energy was in here. And I think, if I go back to my Facebook post, I think I even had painted my face red and put on a post like, but I felt empowered. And then I softened, and the next layer was these more swirls, and again, it was big and dancing and moving with my body in circles. And when I put circles in, that's often to me a symbol for the divine or guardian angels or these beings that I feel are around me. That's part of them. That's how they show up. And then the piece that went down next was parts of the Constitution of Independence. We, the people, we believe these truths to be self-evident. We are all equal, created equal. And then I put on the poem from the Statue of Liberty about bring us your tired, I have it written down, so I won't remember it. Thank you. And from that, thinking of later Lady Liberty, I knew it needed to be a Madonna. It needed to be a powerful, feminine figure that is the Divine Mother, the Great Mother that holds all of us. So this child here is the universe. It is all of us. So this great Divine Mother holds all of us and protects all of us. And just like a mother bear or a mother human, you threaten her children and she will protect. And so that is how the Madonna was created. And I will put this back, if you guys back. I have some of my art in the back, so if you want to look at it, you can go back and look at those. But thank you so much. I so appreciate being able to share my art because it's what I love and it's what I love to do.